Okay, so we're frequently asked at Monito, what are the best travel credit cards? While we have a video on the best debit cards for traveling, which I'll link below, we haven't yet covered credit cards. And I'll be looking at UK credit cards. So if you're not from the UK and you'd like me to research the best in your country for a video, then just let me know in the comment section. Now, the first thing to consider is what makes a good travel credit card. It's essential that the card charges no fixed fees for international transactions, which a lot of card providers and banks still do. For example, this Halifax Mastercard that I use a lot in the UK is awful for international spending. They'll happily charge me a fixed fee and give me a terrible exchange rate. And that's the other prerequisite of a good travel credit card. It must have fair and competitive exchange rates. In most cases, this means either Visa or Mastercard's exchange rates, which are more or less on par with the real mid-market rate, aka the rate that you'll see on Google. Once you've ticked those two boxes, it's really about considering what you're looking for. So what are the benefits of the card beyond the exchange rates and fees? Are there any promotions going on, such as cashback, or will you potentially be withdrawing money from an ATM? Perhaps in emergencies. These are all things to consider when choosing the right travel credit card. The Halifax Mastercard Clarity credit card has no transaction fees and no cash withdrawal fees, although interest charges will apply when withdrawing money, and of course some ATM providers may charge a fee. This card also uses Mastercard's exchange rates and comes with 19.9% representative APR. This is basically the rate that most people will receive, although it's not guaranteed. APR obviously won't apply to you if you pay your credit card off each month, and not just the minimum amount, but the entire balance. However, if you don't, which you should absolutely avoid, then with this Halifax card, you'll pay 19.9% on balances owed. The Barclaycard Rewards Visa credit card also has no fixed fees on transactions and withdrawals, but does have a slightly higher APR of 23.9%. There is also no interest charged on cash withdrawals, as long as you pay it back in full within your monthly billing period. It does have a generous amount of cash back. You'll get a whopping 0.25% on most transactions, and you'll also get 5 months of free access to Apple stuff such as music and Apple TV. But of course, if you do decide to register, make sure to calendar remind yourself to cancel that by the end of 5 months, unless of course you do actually want to pay for it. Also, these additional benefits used to be a 6-month free period. Why is it now 5? Is that due to inflation as well? So those two are pretty solid, and unless you intend to not pay your balance in full each month, which I absolutely don't recommend, then the Barclaycard Rewards Visa is the better choice. While the APR is higher, you do get the cash back and also the free stuff, and as well no interest on cash withdrawals, as long as you pay it back. There is the question of who has the better exchange rates, Visa or Mastercard. And generally speaking, Mastercard does have the better rates, except it can be a bit complicated as it's currency dependent. What I would say is that to make sure you're getting the best exchange rates, you could cover your bases and get both a Visa and Mastercard, perhaps even the two cards that I've mentioned today. Then before you go shopping, you could check the online currency conversion tools on both the Visa and Mastercard websites, and then use whichever card has the more favorable rates. That would likely be the best route to go to lock in the best rates, especially with larger purchases. Obviously, I don't think it's worth considering for smaller transactions, but do keep an eye on the rates for big purchases, as you could save some money. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.